What's going on, guys? It's morphin' time. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here for another reaction. It is your boy Ace Rivera, and we are here to react to the 6 Rangers top 10 Megazord video. I've been a Ranger fan since the 93 debut, watching as a baby, but also growing up as a kid, just wanting to be a Ranger, getting all the Megazords for Christmas. I got 2 helmets right over here. I love my helmets. I did a Power Ranger TikTok little special answering the Chrono Challenge for Unready Productions. I have 2 Power Morphers. I have 2 Zeo Morphers. I have a Risk Communicator. I love Power Rangers. It's part of my life, and it's just something cool to me. And the Megazords are some of the best things about Power Rangers as well too, because they have their individual Zords that combine into one big Megazord. So this video is going to show us the top 10 Megazords. I don't know if I have a top 10 Megazords. I do have a top 5, so here we go. Number 5 would be the Lightspeed Megazord, which is basically the original first Lightspeed Megazord. Love that one. Kind of has the feel of everyday emergency use stuff. They have the fire truck, the ambulance, the jet, and the water propellant trucks and everything. Love that. That was a really cool concept. I love that. Number 4, Time Force Megazord, Mode Red, because of the sword. I love Mode Red. It was really cool. I love the fact that it was 2 modes, but Mode Red was really cool to me because I felt like when I was watching it, Wes was always the leader of Mode Red, but then also Lucas would be the leader of Mode Blue, or Jen would be, but wasn't really that way. But that was a really cool thing. Number 3, the Lost Galaxy Megazord. Lost Galaxy Megazord was really cool. I love the lions. I love the mythology of the Lost Galaxy, the Quasar Sabers, and then the lions were the lions. God, I'm thinking about Voltron now. The Zords were actual beasts. The Galacta beasts were this mythology. It was really cool about them. Then they are just specific different type of animals. Then there's also the Lost Galacta beasts, the Rhino, and the Stratozords. Those are really cool. We also had even the Toro Zord, from Magnet Defender. That was really awesome as well too. Number 2 will be the Turbo Megazord. You can say what you want about Turbo, about the season itself, but the Turbo Megazord was so badass. Those cars were so awesome, especially in the movie when they turned giant. That was insane. And number 1 for me is the Thunder Megazord from the season 2 of Power Rangers. The Thunder Megazord and that sequence of calling those Zords is always just been so awesome for me. I love the Thunder Megazord. It was a very samurai looking thing to it. It was just awesome. So let's see if any of my top 5 are in there, and I'm looking forward to this video, and I know you guys are too. So let's power up and let's get this video started. Alright guys, ready? Let's go for it now.
After my last video on Zords, I have had a ton of requests to make this video.
Dino Megazord is awesome too. I love Dino Megazord.
To narrow it down to just 10 of the best Megazords, it's also been real fun. Now, this list isn't necessarily in the order of the most powerful, but just a list of simply the best. That could mean maybe the coolest, or it could mean the most efficient, just my general
Shogun's up there too. I think Shogun will probably make my 10.
People disagree with my list, but it is of course a very personal choice, and I would absolutely love to hear your own lists in the comments down below. Finally, just to let you know, I have decided to only pick 1 Megazord per season, just to make it fit. Okay,
that's not bad. I like that, that's nice. The 6 Rangers,
Number
please,
10,
down below, check out his videos, his channel.
This sword is
Astro
from
Megazord, okay.
In space. Now, what makes this one different from previous seasons of the show is that the Rangers didn't really have individual Zords that joined together. Instead, the spaceship in which the Rangers used to travel in would combine with the shuttle that they used to get to space to form the Astro Megazord. So yeah, a Megazord made of spaceships is pretty awesome if you ask me. The only flaw, in my opinion, is the lack of colour. But the space shuttle hat that it wears really makes this a must for a top 10 Megazord video. Number 9, Wild Force Megazord.
Wild Force was
the
pretty cool
Zords
too.
from Wild Force were of course sentient beings. They could be summoned by any ranger that held their orbs. But what made this Megazord so great was the way that it would keep changing and updating. For example, when they found a Deer Zord, it was added on and its antlers became a claw. Plus,
the addition of the Zords was really cool. I did not think about Wild Force. See, there's always a difference with all these Zords and stuff like that makes you change a list.
Number 8, Turbo Megazord.
8?
Now,
wow.
I realise I'm probably going to get some stick for this one. In general, Turbo is a pretty disliked season. It went too far with some of the ridiculous situations the Rangers found themselves in. Becoming a giant pizza? Come on. And the new Blue Ranger was a kid that morphed into an adult but kept a kid's voice. So stupid. But having said that, I'm still a fan of the Megazord today. Despite not being a fan of the individual Zords, I'm not sure if it's nostalgia or not, but the Megazord is still really cool to me. It has turbo jets that can propel it at a super fast speed, and it used a giant car tire as a shield. A really cool Megazord from a not very cool season.
Yep.
Number 7, Samurai Megazord.
Okay.
Power Rangers Samurai was the return of Power Rangers to the hands of Haim Saban, and it brought forth an incredibly engaging season of the show. Not only was the actual story of Samurai fun and engaging, but the Zords themselves were great. It's by far one of the most thematically accurate and appropriate Megazords in Power Rangers history, wielding a giant katana in samurai fashion, and visually looking very similar to how you would expect a Zord based on an ancient Japanese warrior would look. It has the wide shoulder pads and the awesome angular helmet that gives it a super distinct look. I'm a big fan of this Megazord. Number 6, Galaxy Megazord.
Okay,
the Megazord
six.
from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy isn't necessarily one that would stand out in the minds of fans, but it has a classic look that is almost a nod to the original, and the way it moves is really cool. Not only that, but it has an ape head basically as a belt buckle, what is basically a giant quasar saber, and when it combines with the lights of Orion, a super awesome crown type helmet, and visually awesome V chest plate. I love it. Number 5, Titan Megazord.
Titan
This is the
Megazord.
Zord from the
That is
Mystic 4
true.
series. It
Because
has
they
a
become the
unique
Zords.
feature of having individual Zords that are meant to represent different fantasy races. A pixie, a minotaur, a mermaid, and so on. These all look like they could be Megazords in their own right, but when combined, they look incredible. A super impressive wingspan and a great mix of colour gives this one a pretty unique look. Also, being named Titan is also quite clever. Titans
I did not think about that. No, this is going to
known for
change.
being colossal in size and amongst the most powerful beings in existence. So, extra points for the name of this one. Number 4, Mezzodon Megazord. Being one of the Megazord variations in Dino Thunder, which is definitely one of the stronger seasons of Power Rangers, means that this Megazord has a smaller team, with
Dino
an original
Thunder.
team of 3, then 4, then eventually 5 with the addition of the White Dino Thunder Ranger. However, the Mezzodon Megazord is usually only piloted by Connor, the Red Ranger. Now, although this one seems super chunky and clunky in its movement, I remember being blown away when I first seen this Megazord. It just looked so powerful to me. And on
2
top
axes.
of that, it wields not 1, but 2 battle axes. Now
Yeah, that was
that's
pretty
awesome.
crazy.
Number 3, the Zeo Megazord.
Zeo
The
Megazord
Zeo
2 is
Megazord
good.
is one of the ones that is made up of a bunch of kind of bland Zords, but looks awesome when it comes together.
It does.
Following the Egyptian type theme of the Zeo season, it certainly represents that style, with a sphinx on its chest, really simplistic colour design, and that Egyptian / steampunk style aesthetic really finishes it off. Then that classic Zeo inscription on the helmet are just the icing on the cake. The Zeo Megazord is one I have very fond
That's
memories
pretty cool,
of
yeah,
when I
that's
look
pretty
back
cool.
at it. Number 2, Thunderstorm Megazord.
Okay.
This one is from the Ninja Storm series.
I do
Now,
like the
while its
Ninja Storm
design
Megazords.
doesn't really have much to do with the theme of the season, it doesn't take away from how cool it is. It could certainly look a little more ninja-like, but I'm not sure this one could really look any more intimidating if it tried. Now,
True.
technically, you could argue that this one is sort of cheating, as it's
Thunder
basically a
Megazord, let's
combination of
do it.
2
Number
other
1,
Megazords,
come on.
the Storm Megazord and the Thunder Megazord. But seeing as the former was controlled by a Ranger team of 3 and the latter by a Ranger team of 2, I think we can count it. It has an insanely powerful finishing attack called the Lion Blaster, which is a massive barrage of energy blasts from the Lion Zord head on its chest and the Crimson Thunder Zord's cannon. I love this one. Now, before revealing number 1, I was going to make a bunch of honourable mentions, but to be honest, this list was so hard to make, I think I would just end up listing every other Zord that didn't make it on the list. But my personal favourite Zord ever, which I guess doesn't really count because it's not a Mega, but it definitely is the Dragon Zord. It always has and always will.
It's a personal favorite to everybody.
And I just
everybody loves the Dragonzord, the calling of the Dragonzord,
if you'd like
the missile hands.
Video. Number 1, the original Megazord. Come on guys, you knew this was going to be number 1. It was debuted in the pilot episode of Power Rangers and lasted all the way through to Season 2. Again, I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but when someone mentions a Megazord, this is what I picture. I can remember being a kid and literally being able to feel the power of its movement through my TV. It just looks incredible. Its design is not overly complex, not overly bulky like some of the others, just really spot on in my opinion. Even when I seen it appear in the Boom Studios comics, I still get excited. Anyway, that was my list of my top 10 favourite Megazords ever. I know many of you will disagree with this, but that's fine. It's a personal choice. Let me know your lists in the comments down below. I absolutely love reading your opinions. It's a fun thing to discuss. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch. Please feel free to check out the official 6th Ranger merchandise. I'll leave a link down in the description. I hope you all have a great day. May the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.
Maybe we'll check out his merch. That's pretty cool merch right there. I get some new hoodies. And there you have it, guys. There's the reaction to the 6 Rangers top 10 best Megazords ever Power Rangers. I don't disagree with the list. Actually, all the Zords that he lists, I have no problem with them being on the top 10 list. I love the original Megazord, but I love the Thunder Megazord. The Thunder Megazord was so cool, was so awesome. The concept as well too. It came in at the right time. The Dino Megazord was not doing it. It wasn't going to be able to. It was going to get destroyed, and they kind of did pseudo get destroyed. So that's why they became the Thunder Megazords. The Ninja Zords were awesome too. I just don't like the fact that they went the ninja route when they barely were even ninjas. You know, they just gave them ninja-like costumes. They didn't do ninja training and stuff like that. You know, that's why Ninja Storm is more of a ninja thing. And I don't know, but anyway, I do like the list. The list is good. I have no problem with that list. Maybe somehow down the road I will do my own top 10 best Power Rangers list, because that is something really cool to do for a video, and we'll see. So guys, please comment down below. All my Ranger fans, what is your favorite Power Rangers Megazord? Now give me your favorite one. Don't give me your top 10 list. Yeah, if you want, actually, you know what? If you want to give me a top 10 list, give me your top 10 list, and we'll compare. We'll discuss. You know. Also, guys, if you have not, please hit the like button down below. Also, I will leave a link down below to where you can find the 6th Ranger and his video to the top 10 best Megazords ever. Also, guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Join the nation. Join the league. Join us on this journey. We appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for watching. I thank you guys for being a part of this journey, and I look forward to giving you guys more content and more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.